Thanks for joining me on another episode on Sunnylanka. I'm Priya and today we'll be making by request a popular snack at tea time, and that is Malu Paan. Malu Paan is fish buns, and it is very simple to make and it's delicious. Can be enjoyed for tiffin as a snack, or even if you're going away on a picnic, it's a great thing to take along. So join me on the rest of the episode and see how we can make this dish. So first let's go through the ingredients. 2 small potatoes cut up into bite-sized pieces, a tin of jack mackerel or any tin fish. The one I have is in tomato sauce, but that is optional. Oil, black pepper, and I'm going to be using it ground. 1 tablespoon of lemon juice or lime juice. Half a teaspoon of mustard seeds. Half a teaspoon of cumin seeds. 1 teaspoon of curry powder. 1.5 teaspoon of chili powder. 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder. 1 medium onion chopped, and I'm using a red onion, but that's optional. And 1 sprig of curry leaves, which is optional. And salt to taste. Okay, so now let's begin. To the potatoes, I'm just going to add some water and microwave it just to make it a little quicker to have the potatoes boiled. So I'll put it in the microwave for about 2 minutes and see if it's done. Okay, so I have the potatoes boiled in the microwave. I had to put it in for 5 minutes on high, and I think it depends on the size of the potatoes. And I have here my pan heating up, and I have it on high right now, so it's quite hot. And I'm just going to add in the oil, and you don't need to use a lot of oil. And once the oil is hot, I'm just going to add in the mustard seeds, and it should start spluttering. Once it starts spluttering, add in the cumin seeds. And I find cumin gives a really nice texture as well as flavor. So once the cumin seeds brown slightly, add in the onions. Give that a good stir. I'm going to put in the curry leaves. Now if you wanted just the curry leaf flavor and not the leaves in your fish bun, you could put it in as a whole sprig and then take it out later. But I like the curry leaf in there. It's also optional, so if you're not sure you want the curry leaves, then you can leave it out. Just going to wait for the onions to slightly brown. They have to get translucent and then slightly brown. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to help the onions to brown a little quicker. Just putting half the salt in for now. Okay. Now I'm going to add all of the spices, starting with my turmeric powder. That was 1/4 teaspoon. Curry powder, 1 teaspoon. And chili powder, I'm using 1.5 teaspoons. And the chili powder you can adjust if you don't want it too spicy. So just roast the spices very slightly. when you're ready to add in, I'm going to add the potatoes in first. Give that a dry roast. It's already cooked, so it doesn't have to cook anymore. Mix it in. And then I'm using the fish in tomato sauce. So I have quite a bit of liquid here. If you have used the one without the tomato sauce, just in water, then of course you would be draining the fish, and you can add a little water to get the required consistency. I don't want a very dry filling. It shouldn't be too liquid either, because otherwise everything will be oozing out of your buns. So I have this tomato sauce. I'm going to let it cook down just a bit into a thick syrup, and just break down this fish as well, because you don't want such big pieces. I'm going to drop the heat down to low, because I have the desired consistency now, and I just want everything to mix well and marinate. I'm also going to check for salt. Mine is fine, doesn't need any more salt. This last piece here, I'm cutting it down. This is the consistency I'm talking about, where it's not very dry, yet not watery. So, there it is. The filling is ready. Turn off the stove now. And what I'm going to do is just mash down some of these potatoes so that I get a smoother. It's just easier to stuff when you don't have jagged ends in the bun. This took me all less than 10 minutes, not even 10, maybe 8 minutes to do the filling. So it's really simple. Once you have the filling, you can use it in sandwiches, you can use it to make the Malu Paan, or even you can have it as a curry itself, like a dish itself. And it's great because it's spicy, it's tangy of the tomatoes. Now if you're using the water fish tin with water instead of the tomato sauce, then you could puree some tomatoes and put that in, or use tomato paste, tomato sauce. And I like the tanginess of the tomato, but if you don't want to use tomato, then what you can do is right at the end put in just a few drops of vinegar, and I'm going to use some lime juice. Okay, so now I'll just add in the lime juice and give that a good mix. Okay. And the filling is ready. I'm going to set it aside to cool.